everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about busting through plateaus. I get asked that question a lot, how do I get past a certain weight loss plateau or something like that, because we all start off pretty strong and we'll lose a couple of pounds, maybe even get up to 10 or 15 pounds, and then all of a sudden we'll hit a plateau. So I'm going to go through just a few tried and tested techniques that actually do help, and just maybe shed some light on what a plateau actually is and what happens within the body. So for starters, let's just talk about exercise for one, because of course the components of true health and fitness are exercise and nutrition, but then there's also a lot of little things like how much sleep you're getting, how the quality of your sleep is a huge thing, the scheduling is a huge thing. So we'll touch on some of that too. But let's start with the exercise. For one, when you start any new exercise program, the body will tend to shed some weight, and usually a lot of that at the very beginning is water weight. So, when you work out with your trainer and then 2 days later you're down, 3 to 5 pounds, usually that's water weight. It's totally okay to lose that. Just make sure that you're taking in enough water throughout the day to combat that water weight loss. And then we all have seasons too, but we'll get to that in a second. So, if you hit a plateau, meaning that you're doing the same intensity on your workout, you're watching your food, and you just aren't dropping the weight, or the clothes just aren't fitting the same way, because y'all know I'm not a big scale fan. The main thing is change up your workout. That doesn't always mean going harder, okay? If you're already running 6 miles 5 days a week, then I don't want you running 6 days a week just to drop some pounds. Maybe what you need to do is cut the days that you're running, maybe add some sprints, maybe add some yoga, Pilates, something like that. Do something different, break out of the box exercise-wise. So if you're stuck in a rut with exercising, and a lot of times this happens with Group X people, the fitness class people, and I have nothing against, fitness class people. I know there are a lot of people out there. There's, you may be watching and you're like, I love fitness classes. But what we do is we usually have a certain class at a certain time that we love, or we have a certain instructor or a certain style, and we stick with that. And you're going to find that plateaus will happen there. So break out of that rut by trying a new class. Maybe trying a new gym even. You can download free class passes to any and all gyms and try a new gym, just a class there. And then you can go back, because just because you have to change things up every 4 to 6 weeks with your exercise doesn't mean you can't go back to your favorite class. Really good trainers and instructors should be doing that for you, but it doesn't always happen, especially in big gyms where the turnaround rate is pretty high between the people that come in through the classes and the trainers and everything. So make sure that you're changing it up every once in a while. If you've been walking forever, maybe take up jogging or skipping. I love skipping. You feel like a fool, but after a while it really doesn't matter. Maybe try a dance class, maybe try a new video, do a video swap with some friends of yours, figure out, what you like, what you don't like. Maybe just have the girls over and y'all can brainstorm different exercise things. Have a fitness party, and on these have actually gotten pretty big. You have a personal trainer come to the house. It's kind of like a Pampered Chef party or whatever, but kind of the opposite. But you have some healthy snacks. You have a personal trainer come to the house, and y'all go through certain exercises so that you and all your girlfriends can get to know, some of the best cardio exercises, some of the best exercises for your butt, some of the best exercises for your abs, how to get good arms, all of that. And so that's another really fun way. And those can generally be pretty cheap. Most people, I think, end up paying $5 to $10 maybe, and they all put it in, and then the trainer shows up, and then you just kind of have everybody bring something healthy to eat. Mind you, you're going to end up with a lot of fruit. Okay, so just know that. But those are great ways. And it helps to get you remotivated too, because your body just adapts. It just adapts, and it'll become a little stale, a little stagnant. And it helps to remotivate and get you kind of more juiced up for fitness again if you can get the fun back in it. So that is my number one tip, is to find something a little fun to do. Change it up, find something fun. Make sure that you're not doing the exact same exercise routine 6 weeks out. So you're like, changing up every 4 to 6 weeks. Another thing to know if you're starting to hit that stagnant point is if you're having to work out more than an hour or two at the very most a day just to maintain results or try to get more results, you probably need more rest time. And because what's going to happen is the more you move, the more calories you're going to burn, the more you're going to eat, and a lot of times we will eat more. And then our body, as it gets more efficient and it adapts to that, the demands being placed on it by exercise, we're still taking our nutrition up because we're hungry, but the body has adapted. So without knowing it, we're actually taking in maybe 100 extra calories than we need to. And over time, that will result in a lack of weight loss and sometimes even weight gain. So, change it up a little bit with your exercise. That's a big tip. Also, nutrition-wise, if you've hit a plateau, one of the things that I use is to write down what you're eating. I know I've done videos on that before, but make sure that you're writing it down. Know what goes in the tank. It's very difficult for people to stick to a very strict meal plan for more than a week. Usually after about a week, we have it in us. We want to be free. And after about a week, we start fudging a little bit here and there, sometimes literally. So make sure that you're writing down what you're eating, and then just notice, because a lot of times when we crave foods, it's because our diet is missing something. So monitor your cravings, write them down. One, that helps because when you get it on paper, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, it's out. So, I've got it out of my mind, because if you're trying to just stuff it down, then it gets stuck there, and that's all we can think about. And so, write down what you're eating, write down what you're craving, and as you write down what you're craving, think about what nutrients you might be lacking. A lot of times, cravings can be started by a lack of good essential fats in the diet. The third thing is to monitor your sleep. It's good to know how much you're sleeping, and most of my clients, when they hit a plateau, we have found it's actually because their sleeping habits are terribly off. They're tired all the time, maybe they came to me as night owls, and then they're working out in the morning, and they're doing a little something at night with me, and they're not getting enough hours of sleep. So not only are they not getting sleep, period, but they're not getting enough rest for the muscles to repair themselves. And one very important thing to understand about your brain is whenever you crave sugar is usually when you're very tired. So just think about that next time. Next time that you are having a mind-boggling sugar craving experience, check yourself and see, how tired am I? Did I get enough sleep last night? So make sure that you're getting a good amount of sleep, and that's different for everybody, but most physicians recommend 7 to 8 hours a minimum. I know what I can function on, and so I work my schedule around that. I also know that I am more awake and a little more efficient first thing in the morning. So, I might go to bed before some of the other people in my family, but I wake up way before them. That way I've already had my coffee, and I am a pleasant human being by the time they wake up. So just notice that. Another thing that you can do, if you've already done that, you've switched up your exercise, you're writing down what you eat, and maybe you're playing with your macros a little bit, maybe switching up your carbohydrates, your fats, your proteins, and just playing with the way that those are interspersed throughout your diet. Another thing that you can do is just to make sure that you have a well-rounded program. So make sure that you're getting your flexibility work in. Make sure that you're getting some cardio in. Make sure that you're also getting your strength training. And that'll help to tip the scales in your favor, because the body is always seeking balance. So that's the biggest thing that we can do, is just try to offer it that balance. And most trainers, I know I offer it on my side, we can give you tips about how to set up an exercise program. Most trainers will be able to give you an exercise program that you can use, not necessarily a move by move kind of thing, but maybe this is how much cardio you need, this is how much strength training, this is how much flexibility training. My personal theory is I think all of us are created so different. We need to figure out what works best for us. And for me, I just changed my program. I've been doing yoga straight for about 3 months, and I just changed it up. And so now I'm doing some heavy cardio, for 30 minutes. I say it's heavy. It's like jumping rope for 30 minutes, which to me is almost torture. And then I do muscle structure work for 30 minutes. So that's an hour, and I do it first thing every morning after my quiet time, so that I get it done. So let's talk about workout timing real quick while we are on the subject. It does not matter when you work out as long as you do it. If you've hit a plateau, maybe bounce your workout around a little bit. So if you're used to working out an hour a day, say you get up and you work out at 6 a.m. every day for an hour, and then you go to work or whatever you do, then try to split that up. Maybe work out for 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. That's going to help bust you through that plateau. I would do strength training in the morning, cardio in the evening. That's just me. If you're used to working out in the evening, same thing. Maybe, and I know that's a stretch for a lot of us, but maybe try to move a workout to the morning. It doesn't have to be the full hour. And if you're not working out for an hour, don't worry about it. You know, we call it the FIT principle. It's frequency, intensity, time, and type. Those are the 4 things that we need to adjust when we hit a plateau. You can adjust the frequency of your workout. You can adjust the intensity. And you know, sometimes the intensity needs to go up. Sometimes it needs to go down. If you are exhausted, you're not getting enough sleep, you feel like your muscles aren't repairing, take the intensity of your workouts down for about 2 full weeks, and I bet your body will let go of some of that excessive fat that it's trying to hold on to because it feels threatened. Time, you know, the time that you do it, and then the type. So, you know, those are all things to take into consideration if you've hit a plateau. I am always up for your questions. You can email me at michelle@michellecfitness.com. You can also leave questions in the comments section below. And, you know, just if you've hit a plateau and you're having the world's worst time getting over it, contact me. I promise I'm going to help you get over it. But it's not the end of the world, and you're going to get through this. So thank you for watching. I hope you bust through whatever plateau you may have hit today. And as always, have a healthy day.